So this thing's been happening while I've been editing recently where sometimes I watch the footage and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? So today we're going to green tea, because sometimes I get a little overexcited. Green tea.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing the Perfect Palette 2 tag, and not too long ago I did the original Perfect Palette tag, and then I did it a second time because I wanted to make an all drugstore version. So for this tag, I'm going to be doing it all in one. For every question, I'm going to give you a high-end answer, I'm going to give you a drugstore answer, so if you want to see what I think, just keep watching. So the first question is about what you want included in a palette, an eyeliner, a brush, or nothing. And for high-end palettes, I'd have to say nothing because when something comes with an eyeliner, I end up not really liking the eyeliner and then there's just a space. Like this Stila In the Garden palette came with, I think, like an olivey green liner. The liner was broken, it never worked, and yeah, I just kind of find it to be a waste. And I have my own brushes that I use. I don't really usually like the brushes that come in palettes. So for that, nothing. For drugstore, I almost have a different answer because I actually do like the little sponges that come in drugstore palettes. I don't use them for a whole look, but I think they can be really handy for like getting right in the inner corner or just like packing a shadow on the eye. But as I was looking through my palettes, I realized that like I lose all of them. Like I was looking through trying to find one to show you guys, and honestly, like they're all gone. So I guess I'm going to say nothing for this too, because although it's a really nice idea to have the little spongy thing, I apparently lose them all. So the second question is name a palette that you hit pan on, and I'm going to be honest, none. Absolutely none. However, I do have some with some serious dips. So I went through all of my palettes to find the ones that have the most dips for you, and I had to go to my LORAC Pro and my LORAC Pro 2. If you look really carefully, I don't know if I'll be able to get a close-up that shows you the dippiness. I'll try, but taupe has a huge dip in this one. So does pewter and cream, but I would say taupe is the biggest. And similarly in the LORAC Pro, the biggest dip is in nectar. So nectar and taupe are each the crease colors out of these that I like the most. So nectar has a big dip, taupe has a big dip, chrome has a pretty big dip too, which is kind of like this palette's version of pewter. So apparently I like crease colors and silvery, taupey lid colors. The wear in my drugstore palettes is not as much because I just have more of them. I probably don't reach for them quite as often, but the biggest dip I have is in the Wet n Wild Silent Treatment Trio. I love this one, I've talked about it a whole bunch, but you can see a pretty good dip both in the lid color and in the brow bone color. The crease color looks like I barely touched it because it's pretty pigmented. You don't need very much, but this is one that I definitely use a lot, so yes, Silent Treatment and my LORAC Pro palettes. Favorite Naked palette. This is kind of a hard one for me because I don't have any of the actual Urban Decay Naked palettes. I know, I've thought about it so much, but every time I go look at them in the store, there's just something that keeps me from taking that plunge. They're really expensive, and if you've seen my eyeshadow palette collection, I think that's going to go up before this video, I'm not sure, but if you've seen that, you may have noticed, I noticed as I was editing it, that literally every large high-end palette in my collection I either bought for half price or was given as a gift. Like that is how cheap I am. So I don't have any of those yet. I might eventually. I do kind of really like the Naked Smoky. I think that looks really nice, even though the whole Y thing is a little off-putting, but yes, so I don't have any of those. I do have two drugstore palettes that are kind of Naked palette dupes, supposedly. That is the Lovatics by Demi palette and the Covergirl Roses palette, and you guys know I love both of these. So if talking about dupes counts, then I definitely have to pick these two. The next question is for a palette that you would repurchase or want a backup of, and I had a hard time thinking about this question at first. I feel like my tag videos are so stupid because I spend more time talking about what I think the questions actually mean. Like I'm not smart enough to understand the questions. But anyway, I didn't quite get this question because like my palettes are gonna last a long time. If I really finish a palette, I'm probably gonna want to move on to something else. But then I realized, Robin, you break shit constantly. So what's a palette that if you broke it, you'd go out and repurchase it? Yeah, that's my version of this question. So if I broke a palette, I would definitely repurchase without hesitation, without even thinking about it, my LORAC Unzipped palette, because my love affair with this is still going strong a year later. And then a palette that I actually have broken but still works, so I haven't needed to repurchase it yet, but I absolutely would, is the Wet n Wild Petal Pusher Palette. These are two palettes I've talked about ad nauseum. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about it, but yes, these two absolutely would repurchase if I totally destroyed them. Or if I end up breaking that shade more, I'll have to repurchase that one. Thankfully, it's only $5. Talking about breaking shit, and I like throw my palette back in the... A shade that you wish were sold separately. For this, I have to go back to the LORAC Pro 2 palette and talk about Snow, because Snow is my absolute favorite inner corner highlight of all time. It is the best for pale skin. It really brightens up a look. It is absolutely beautiful, but I don't use a lot because if I'm using another palette, I just kind of use whatever is in that palette. If this were an individual shade, I would keep it right here in front of me and I would use it every day, so I have to go with Snow. And then for the drugstore version, I'm going back to this Petal Pusher palette for this brow bone shade because I love this shade. It is so reflective and pink and lilac-y. It is gorgeous all over the lid or on the inner part of the lid. It is just so, so beautiful. So apparently I just want all of my shimmery, sparkly shadows in single pans so that I can bathe my face in them. No surprise there. So the last question is a palette that you would recommend to a friend. And this is kind of hard because you guys are my friends and I recommend shit to you all the time, so I kind of don't know what to say. But I started thinking about it and I thought, what palettes have I actually bought for friends? Like, that's interesting because I do buy people makeup like anytime I can. I've done 2 swap videos. They were totally different, but I have done 2 swap videos, and in both of them, I sent the Petal Pusher palette. I'm pretty sure I sent this to Krista, and I know I sent this to Beth, so yes, I have purchased this for people. I gave my friend Mindy the Covergirl TruNaked Roses palette because it's amazing, so I bought this for someone as well. I talked my friend Gloria into buying the LORAC Pro Palette, the original, because how can you not? And I gave my mom the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, actually before I even ever had it, and she liked it so much, I had to buy it for myself. Oh, can I show you guys something? I have to show you guys something. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I think this video is gonna come out after my sister's birthday, so can I show you what I got my sister for her birthday this year? This has nothing to do with the video, but it's a palette. I got my sister the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay Blush Palette. I know, and I've had this for weeks now. Do you know how hard it is to not dip my fingers in this? Look, look. So beautiful. Bitch better like it or I'm taking it back. I'm just kidding. She'll like it. So that is my Perfect Palette 2 tag. I'm not answering the question where you're supposed to answer a question from the first tag because I just did the first tag, so you guys should just go watch that if you want to. And I also didn't answer the limited edition question because it pissed me off. Like, I started getting upset. So we're just not gonna go there. I'm gonna stay in my happy place. Rupert pisses Rupert off too. He's like, what the fuck? Stop discontinuing the best shit. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Don't forget to scroll down to the comments and let me know your answers to this tag, or if you make videos or have a vlog or anything, I tag you. I really tag you. I'll list a few of you in the description box as well, but I tag you either way. It is sincere. I really mean it. Please do this tag because I want to see your answers so that I can blame you when I need to buy more shit. Thanks for stopping by today. Remember to hop on over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Robin's Cup and hit that subscribe button so I can see you guys here next time. Bye.
Bye. How's my act? Like, you guys have no idea how obnoxious it is to me when I edit a video and it's like, okay, hop on over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Robin's Cup. Like, I say at like in a really annoying way, so now every time I do an outro to the video, I'm like, at Robin's Cup, at, like, it's like ridiculous. I'm a ridiculous human. I thought this was green tea, but now I'm not sure.
Welcome back for my last installment of my Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass series, where I've done a look from each column this week. And yeah.